Hi, it's George, author of the GMF Journal blog. I'm making a video for the first time, that features myself for the first time that I'm going to post on the blog. I mean, I've made some other videos that I've posted on YouTube, but I've never posted a video on my blog before. Some of you are regular readers, others may be visiting my blog for the first time. Hopefully, if you're visiting for the first time, you'll come back from time to time. A few months ago, I published a blog post explaining that I'd like to start making some videos and posting them to my blog. I mean, I post quite a few pictures, but I decided I'd like to add some video as well, because I think that that adds something to the blog for sure. And I chose a great place, I think, for my first video that I'll post to the blog, which is Governor's Island in New York City. I'm visiting it for the first time today, and it's a Saturday morning. It's great, perfect weather out here, sunny, some clouds, but actually the clouds definitely are very scenic. So I actually am glad it's a little bit cloudy today. I figured it would be a great place to take some pictures. Governor's Island is open to the public from May to to September 25th. So this is there's only one more weekend left before it closes for the year. So I figured I had to get out here, and I'm very pleased actually now that I've made it. I'm very happy that I did make the decision to make the trip here from Pennsylvania, from Easton, PA, where I currently live. Actually, it's a fairly easy trip, but gotta leave early though to get here. I got the first ferry over from Lower Manhattan, which is at 10 o'clock. It was free, can't beat that. Actually, the ferry, just so you know, the ferry does that. There are other times where they charge a rather modest fare of $2, but there are other times that the ferry, I believe maybe it's in the morning, that it runs, or at least the first one or two that leave are free. So can't argue with that. Anyway, the island itself is very historic. It started, as a military outpost. Its history goes back to the Revolutionary War period, and then it was very occupied by the British first, and then later on in the U.S. Army, and then after the Army, the Coast Guard, and now there are no military personnel of any kind that are here. It's been turned over to New York City, and it's being repurposed, I guess you could say. It's become, much of it has been converted to parkland, and it's really scenic. It's a great place, very relatively tranquil. I mean, it's definitely when you get off the ferry, you definitely sense that you're in a place that's much more relaxed and offers. It's a really quite a stunning contrast between the urban environment of Manhattan, and now there's still quite a bit of activity around. There's, of course, you're right on the Hudson River, and then you've got the East River close by, so you see all sorts of boats and ferries, and then you've got all sorts of helicopters and planes flying around too. So it's not as if you're in the middle of a quiet forest. I'll say that, but it is a much different environment, a much more bucolic environment than Lower Manhattan, that's for sure. I'll be posting. I'll be taking quite a few pictures. I brought I've got the iPhone SE that I'm making this video on, and it's got a great camera. And I also have my iPad Pro and my Canon here with me, so I'm going to be using all three of them to take pictures and video. And I'll post some of the best stuff on my blog, and I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, you can hear one of the helicopters that I just mentioned earlier right behind me. Hope that isn't too distracting. Nothing I can do about that. Anyway, one of the reasons I really wanted to come out here is that they recently completed some man-made hills, one of which is right behind me. They were opened earlier in the summer, and they afford great views of the city. So I'm going to be climbing one of them very shortly here, and again, as I said, I'm going to be posting some of my favorite pictures to the blog, and I welcome any comments that you'd like to add. I'm probably not going to get back here until next year. I don't think I'm going to be coming back next weekend, so I'm going to try to take full advantage of my opportunity here. It's a really cool place. I mean, they've got, as soon as you get off, there's various buildings. They have various concession stands where you can get food. They have, there's all sorts of conveniences. So it is park-like, but they've got everything you really need out here. You're not going to be lacking for anything. You can rent bicycles. They've got charging stations for your phones or your mobile devices. They've got water fountains all over the place. They've even got a Starbucks stand. So it's a really cool place, and I hope you enjoy some of my pictures again. So I'm going to wrap it up, and this is there'll be more videos from different locations forthcoming. I don't know how frequently I'll be making videos, but I definitely plan to make some more, especially now that I've got the new phone here to make these, which has a much better camera than my previous phone. Okay, that's it. This is George signing out, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.